What's up, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of the 20-something series. Today is gonna be a really interesting episode. We're gonna be sitting down with Kiana and Krystal, and we actually got the idea of this topic one night when we were randomly having some tacos at a taco shop. We were having a conversation and basically just sharing each other's experiences when it came to our body transformation and how we saw a difference in which people treated us depending on how our bodies looked at the time. And we all kind of seen this cohesive kind of agreement on this body bias that was around, and we kind of agreed based off our experiences that it was a thing. So we're gonna be dissecting that a little bit more. In this episode, we're gonna be talking about body bias, the difference in which people treated us and how we saw ourselves versus how other people saw us. So I hope you enjoy.
Like, introduce yourself. Let's start out with that. Like, introduce who you are. There's two people obviously in front of me for this episode. But yeah, explain who you are, a little bit about yourself, you know.
Oh no.
No, you go first.
Y'all can just bite over it.
Hi, I'm Kiki. Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you love me?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. What do I have to say about myself? I'm an Aries.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still figuring life out, but we're here.
As we all are.
And we're here to stay.
That was a good one. That was good.
Right.
That felt like a housewife.
Right.
Like,
I feel
promo.
like I'm waiting for my rose.
Yeah.
We're not leaving. Yikes.
Well,
Anyway, so I'm Krystal.
mm-hmm.
That's all you need
Awesome.
to know.
That's great. That's awesome.
I mean, I don't know. What did I say about myself? I try.
Hey, I like that.
We try.
Yeah.
I try.
We appreciate it.
Every day I try.
We really appreciate that.
Every day's a struggle.
Every day.
But we can throw up.
Yikes.
What about just explaining a little bit about your personal body story? I hate what's your weight loss story? Because like, what if you're not losing weight? Like, then what do you call it? You know what I mean? So basically, what is your story with your body that like through the years?
Okay.
Because you guys have different ones, but which is very interesting. But who's ever like to start? Kiki, would you like to
I
start?
would love to start. It's always been a struggle.
Uh-huh.
Even growing up, I was like obese forever. I think I have less time being at a normal size than I do being overweight.
Really?
Yes. Like I think it started like earlier in childhood. Like I was in gymnastics and I was cheerleading and everything, and it was like all right. And then it got out of control, and I'm not really sure where that came from. But yeah, it hit its highest in high school when I was really
And that's where we
going
met.
through.
Yeah.
I think even then it was like kind of going down a little bit. But
Really?
yeah, it started.
But I remember one specific time when I met you, which was like in the cafeteria, and then after that year through the summertime, you lost like a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And like you were running like all the time, you told me, and then you came back, and then it was like you looked completely different. Like,
And I didn't even know that.
no,
Like in my head, I looked the same.
no, it was like a body transformation. Like, wow. So like, what did you just was it a healthy body transformation, or was it like you just worked out?
At first, yes.
At first, yeah.
At first, it always is at first.
Good intentions at first.
Yeah, cut it all around. Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting ready for college. Yikes. And I wanted to recreate myself. So I'm like, you know what? Like, I started doing Insanity. Child.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get it.
It was a lot, but I started liking it, and I started seeing the results, and then the results was like starting to get addicting, and I'm like, wow, let's keep on this. And yeah, for the most part, at that time, it was a healthy way of losing it.
Okay.
Definitely eating better, exercising.
Got it.
Which is the key, really.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Right.
So that was your body story. Krystal, what is your body story?
All right, so I was always really like skinny and lanky growing up.
Okay.
Like I was in dance. I wasn't in gymnastics. Always wanted to do that though. But like Never did.
What about cheerleading?
I did cheerleading.
Okay.
I did cheerleading, dance, like, I did a bunch of sports growing up. So I was always, like, pretty thin because I did sports.
Okay.
Like, nothing about my diet was okay. Absolutely nothing. But because I always, like, ran, because I did track and basketball and all that stuff and soccer, like, I was always running, so I was always really thin. So I was pretty, like, I didn't really, like... I think it's because, like, I was always, like, a normal weight. I didn't really pay much mind to it until, like high school-ish. And I think it's because, like, I went to a predominantly Caucasian high school.
Okay.
Where, like, girls were, like, really thin. So, like, there was no curves. Because at LVA, like, it was all ethnic people. So, like, we all, like, had, like, you know, that, like, hour-shaped glass. But not, not at, like, my high school. But they were all pretty dope. Anyways, so I think that's when I started getting more, like, self-conscious about my body. And then I started getting into, like, really unhealthy habits. So, like, after, like, an hour and a half basketball practice, I'd go to the gym and work out another hour. And then, like, sometimes I'd eat. And then sometimes I'd feel bad about eating. Sometimes I'd purge. Like, it was, like, really unhealthy for a couple months. And then college hit. I don't know what happened in college. I don't know what happened. I started wilding out. I just ate everything.
Oh, really?
And I started gaining weight and stuff.
Like the freshman was, what is it?
15.
15?
No, I like, it was like the freshman 50 for me. Like,
Really?
it was real embarrassing. But like, because of my height, I like held the weight well.
Okay.
So like, I don't know. I wasn't really self-conscious again then until... Like, I had posted this picture on Facebook. I got, like, hella likes on it. And then I started getting, like, a big following. Not a big following, but, like, I have a decent following on Facebook. And then when I started losing weight and I posted pictures of me losing weight, that's when, like, people started having an issue with my weight loss.
So there was a change in how people treated you.
Yeah, because, like, I was always really thin. And then I gained weight in college. And then I started, like, posting more pictures on social media. But that was when I was bigger. And then...
And people liked that.
Yeah,
like,
people liked it. I think it's
because,
like, it's a fad, like, being thick. You know what I mean? Like, everybody loves, like, thick girls now. Which I can appreciate, but, like, I don't know. Anyways, so, then when I started posting pictures on social media of me getting smaller, I would get, like, oh, you're losing your ass. Wait, no, we just talked about cursing. Yeah.
No, you can totally curse.
So
yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, can I say that?
No, yeah.
Oh, you're losing your ass, you're losing your boobs, what happened? Little booties matter. I literally got that under a picture the other day, and I was like, oh, okay.
Thanks.
Don't call me out. So, yeah, I started getting, like, more shaming, like, as I was losing the weight. I was never at a point where, like, I hated my body. I always, like... found self-love in whatever form I was in.
Okay.
I started losing weight more so because, like, I went through a time in life where I, like, got really depressed. And, like, I just wasn't really eating much, so I started losing the weight. And as I was losing the weight, I was like, oh, this is a weird way of losing weight, but I'm feeling better about myself. Okay. So then I started doing it in a healthier way. I, like, went vegan for a while, and then I started losing weight that way, too. Now I'm, like, incorporating going to the gym and all that stuff, so that was pretty dope. But, like, now I'm at a point where, like, I'm really content with my body. Obviously, I want to work on some things, but I'm more content with my body now than I was prior. Right. And now I'm, like, getting shamed, and I'm like, damn, like, this is the happiest I've ever been in my life. And now people are like, oh, what happened? Like, you used to be thick, da-da-da. Like, of course I get praise sometimes. People are like, oh, you look good and stuff. But it still sucks when you get, like, the negative comments of, like, oh, what happened?
That's interesting because, like... me and Kiki's have a similar experience when it comes to... It's a polar opposite from yours. Like, I was really... I was, like, a thicker... I was always thicker because I like eating. You know what? And then I lost weight because I just didn't like my body. So I just wanted to lose weight. I wanted to be more confident in myself. And people actually started treating me better. In a way, so it's kind of polar opposite to you, and I was that the same thing for you?
Yeah, very similar.
Very similar. Yeah, it was almost like the attention, you didn't have to try as hard.
Right.
Like, it was like,
yes.
I get why people who, they say there's a stereotype of people who are like,
Gorgeous.
like gorgeous. They don't even need to try with the personality. It's kind of just like they have no personality at all.
that.
Yeah. So I get it because it was
Yeah.
like you don't need to. I didn't know how to deal with it. You know, because I was used to like incorporating humor and like sarcasm and all these different
Like
qualities.
overcompensating.
Yeah, overcompensating.
Okay.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I lost weight, and people are prone, or you don't need to work as hard to get people's attention to talk to
Yeah.
you. You know.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to deal with that, and it was like
They get really excited. I feel like you get really excited like when all the attention you're like, ah.
What do I do? Right, yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of overwhelming. It was the same experience for you.
Yes, I noticed the same thing, especially in college. Oh my god, college. We don't like to talk about those years.
No.
Freshman year,
Those are dark
but
days.
I was getting a lot of attention, and like you said, you didn't have to try hard for it.
No.
And I noticed, like, I had a conversation with someone that I felt like I was losing my personality because I didn't have to overcompensate, like you said. Like, I didn't have to be as humorous or be so smart or all these different things. And I felt like I was losing that part of me.
Right.
And it was kind of sucky. But, you know.
But you feel like you didn't need it though. It wasn't as
Right.
essential.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was so, especially when you're in college and you're at your like prime, like your sexual prime, and it's like,
My sexual
yo,
part.
and it's like, I don't know how to deal with this. Like, it's like what it's the complete opposite. It's totally polar opposite. And I was going through it. It was.
And at the same time, it's like, wow, this is great.
This is great. Yeah. Like,
This is
wow.
so great.
Like, why did? Yeah.
You go your whole life like, wow, one day I'll be in the body that I want and people like me. And then it comes and it's like, whoa. Whoa. Yeah, it's a lot to deal with.
Do you think it bleeds into other areas as well? Like, do you think it's like a bigger thing? Like, even trying to get jobs and stuff? Do you think how you look?
Yes.
People are unconsciously biased as to how.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, is that a thing? Or be like, nah, I know there's like regulations and like HR and things that are like in the book. But like a real one-on-one human being to human being thing, is there like an unbiased thing or a biased thing
Right.
towards how you look and like how people treat you, and that bleeds into other opportunities you have?
I would say, yeah, definitely.
I agree. I think so.
I feel like people are more inclined to like do things for people they're attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, and
I
want
think
to
that's
do
just
it.
a
Yeah.
thing. Like if I don't know, if I'm in an interview with somebody and like somebody's really cute, you're like, oh, I want to like impress them, or like I want to like, I don't know, you're just more inclined to do good things to them. I feel because like if somebody's ugly, you just like bypass. I mean, that's that's really bad. But like it's like if somebody's not that good looking, you kind of just bypass them.
But that's why they incorporate other things in the personality, like humor.
Right.
That's why you gotta be funny.
Right, that's why you gotta be funny.
have
That's why you
to,
gotta be like,
yes.
you know, you gotta be caring and all this stuff. I think looks to a point get your eye, but those things
doesn't keep it.
keep you.
Right.
Like
You have
those
to have,
qualities that
qualities.
you get, like that you work for when you're not getting all the attention. I think that's stuff that like keeps the person close by. You know what I mean? Do you think social media played a positive role with your experience?
Oh,
Or what did that? Because it's very funny, like the DMs, they call them.
Oh, the DMs. Do they ever stop?
They're very interesting.
Yes. There was definitely positives and negatives. I'll start with positives. I started a blog. I guess in like college. Oof. We don't talk about I'm getting flashbacks. But I started a blog, and a lot of people were reaching out to me and saying like how inspired they are, and like how I'm so glad I found you, because like I'm going through and I need your help, and like I would help people, and I got the fulfillment from that. But on the other hand, I felt like I was becoming this person that just identified with weight loss, and I felt like I couldn't gain weight now because now people are looking at me.
Oh, okay.
And
So it was like a pressure.
yes, there's definitely a pressure there. And especially if I'd gain weight, then I'd like disappear for a while because I'm like, well, I can't give them advice because
they won't
I'm
like it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I can't give them advice if I'm doing the opposite. You know what I mean? It's like I'll be held accountable for this type of thing.
Okay.
So definitely, and it started getting kind of toxic.
Were you looking for the attention?
The validation.
The validation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Same.
Yes.
Same. Because like
Yes.
I feel like when it comes to one-on-one, sometimes it happens and you're like, oh wow, I didn't really need to try. But when it comes to Instagram and stuff, you can just post something and get validation instantly.
Right.
Yes.
And then it's like, yeah, you're like, yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's like almost trippy, and it comes to this like obsessive kind of thing that especially for someone who isn't grown up into that validation, like it's not easily accessible. But yeah, I totally get that.
And it's like, I feel like a lot of the validation came from me. Like I said, like you said, I lost weight and I look so different. I didn't feel that way. I felt like I looked the same. I felt like I was still big, and I needed people to tell me, you're skinny now.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see it.
I almost felt, in a way, grateful.
Yes.
That here's this person that's so attractive, and they think I'm attractive.
Exactly.
And it was like, wait, I'm the chubby kid that loves glazed donuts. Like, I'm that guy.
Right.
And it's like, I look in the mirror and I see that guy, but then I'm not. I don't look that way now. And it's just it was weird. I had to like check myself because it's like, wait, look, like let's just. It doesn't seem normal. It doesn't seem like healthy. You know, like this. You shouldn't need to, I guess, analyze someone's like actions towards you in a way that. Like filtering it through your own insecurities.
Right. Exactly.
I don't think it's healthy at all. But you felt that.
Yeah.
That way. What about you when it came to like relationship wise?
We're getting into it. Well, I was like on this type of journey. I was in a relationship for 8 years.
Okay.
So
it's a long time.
8
years. Woo! Yeah.
Anyways, so I was in a relationship for 8 years.
Okay.
So I wasn't like when you're with somebody, you don't really care what other people think of you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I was with him, so I didn't really care. So when I was with him, obviously, like he saw me when I was thinner, and then I gained all the weight, and now I'm thin now and stuff like that.
So he saw the whole.
Yeah, he like saw the whole thing. So I don't think he really cared much, but like when we weren't together and like other guys would see me, they'd be like, "Oh, what happened? Like you're like so skinny now." Like some people did that, but a lot of people started noticing me more. And like besides like guys noticing me more, like a lot of people wanted to work with me more. So like I've always wanted to do modeling and stuff like that, but I wouldn't have as many people wanting to work with me when I was bigger as compared to now. Like now I actually have people reaching out to me.
Okay.
Like, oh, like you want to work, da-da-da. So I mean, like, I don't know.
Do you think other people's, when it came to that in your body, do you think people's opinions, like the boyfriend that you were with for 8 years, do you think his opinion towards your body was more important than your own opinion towards your body?
Yeah, I was always like looking for validation. Like always looking for validation. You know how like I was one of those girlfriends that I would always be like, "Oh my god, you're so cute." Da, 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 da. And like I would do it because like it came from me. I wanted to do it, but I also wanted it back from him.
Okay.
Like I wanted to hear like, "Oh, you look so good." Just hit my finger. Like, "Oh, da da da." I remember like he wouldn't really like talk about it, but like one time he was like, "Oh, like Chris, you're getting skinnier. Like, you look good." And I'm like, "Thank you." Say it again.
They get mad so much too, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, there was like little things like that. Like, I liked a lot from him. But like.
What do you think about you? Did your opinion, did other people's opinions about your body mean more to you than your own opinion?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. No, it was
I don't know where I was going with that, but
No, it was the same for me too. Because I know what it's like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like people's opinions, you kind of have to know where you lie with it before it comes, because then you could just be flowing around like a dandelion in the air, not like
always
concrete.
seeking validation in other people. And
It's
that's
dangerous.
Not good either. Because then when they let you down, and they will let you down,
It will happen.
you like crumble. You're like, what is my life? And then you have to go through that whole like soul searching, like,
self-awareness.
finding yourself, all that stuff.
That's real though.
It is. And everybody should go through it.
Everyone should.
Everybody should go
Yeah.
through it. Everybody needs to go
Whether
through
it's
it.
reading a book or, going to the mountaintop for like 3 months.
And screaming.
Yeah, whatever.
Screaming.
Whatever. Screaming is great.
Right.
Yeah, whatever it is, you should definitely do it, because if not, then you a dandelion if you're not concrete on something, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when it comes to how you look or people's opinions on that,
No, yeah, because that can really hurt you. Since like everybody has like a specific ideal on body image.
Right.
I feel like you have to figure out what's happy within yourself.
I don't think I've ever had like a relationship where they were negative towards my body. Because I dated someone who liked me thicker. Like, they're like, oh, you're gaining weight. I love it. And more so, like, I think I'm way more hard on myself.
Oh, yeah.
Guys
Me too.
literally don't care.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah, I mean,
tell
yeah,
you.
that's true. Yeah.
Let
yeah.
me tell you, honey. Never mind, I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I think I'm more like, if I'm not feeling good about my body, like now, like I'm not really dating now.
Okay.
For several reasons. But I want to get to the point where I'm comfortable with myself so that I don't have to rely on them to give me that validation.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make
Which
There's
sense?
a lot
important.
of pressure on them too.
Right,
if you think about
exactly.
it.
Yeah, because it's
So
like,
that's not
dang, I don't
fair.
want to see the wrong thing, and then
Set
put you back
themselves
in this hole.
Right.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah, for their well-being and for yours as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, no, I get that.
We're looking for
100%.
healthy from
Right.
now. 2019 is
A good
all
middle ground.
right,
Yeah.
right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this whole, you seeing everything in front of you, the whole weight loss. Oh, don't like that word. All right, so
Transformation.
body story.
Body
love
Your
that.
Body story.
Yeah, your whole body story in front of you.
Love that.
What would you tell yourself in the beginning?
Oh, it's possible. It's literally
especially in the beginning.
It's possible.
Yeah, because people don't get it. Like
Yes.
I'm a personal trainer, and people don't get, like, there's people who are skinny and trying to build muscle, and but there's some, like, people who are my clients that are bigger and they don't like their body, they want to change it. It's almost like it's too far. I'm too far into it to like get it. But no, it's
Yes.
possible. Like,
Yes.
100% possible. Like, you got it.
Yeah, it took me the reason why it took me so long to start losing weight is because I did not believe that it was possible. Like, as soon as I started, after the insanity thing, that's when I started seeing the results. But then once you see the results, it's like, oh my God, wait a minute, we
Wait
can
a
really
minute.
do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, another
I can
thing.
adjust that. What?
Right?
Yeah.
Another big thing. Oh my God, this is huge. Okay, are you ready for
I'm
this
ready
ball
for it.
to
Are you-
drop? If you're not happy with your body or your self worth or self image or anything is like laid in your body. Does that mean was that a sentence?
Try again. Take two.
If you're not happy with your body, you're not happy with yourself. Losing weight's not gonna change that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, honestly,
100%.
because you're gonna be.
100%.
You have to, before your weight loss or during, in the beginning, in the beginning stages, you have to really work on self-love, because it did get to a point where it was dangerous, because I was still having the same issues with myself when I was bigger as I did when I was like very small, and it didn't stop. Because I didn't take care of it,
Right.
And I started getting dangerously skinny. And yeah, it's like you have to work on that.
Yeah, I preach that all the freaking time. Like, your body, like, your problems aren't gonna just be solved once you get the dream body you want.
Exactly.
Like, at all. If anything, they might get worse, because now you have easy accessibility in other people's, like, opinions of you and all that. And that can just magnify them or make them even stronger.
Yes.
So I 100% agree.
Yes.
Right.
And what is a dream body? I still don't know what a dream body is.
Yeah, because, like, honestly, you get to a point where you're proud,
right?
but you're not satisfied. Like, it's hard to find satisfaction.
It's very hard.
Like, the 100% satisfaction realm, I don't really think exists.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Who is she?
Where does that lie?
We don't know her.
She's in Facetune, honey. Like, no. She doesn't exist.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So.
What about you? What would you tell yourself in the beginning?
what would I tell myself in the beginning? Oh, to enjoy your body. Because, like, I feel like people are still, like, in a rush to get to their, like, ideal body, whatever that is, that they don't enjoy, like, where you're at.
The stages.
You know what I mean? Because I, like, vividly remember being in high school and being like, damn, like, I'm still big, or, like, I'm not skinny enough, like, I need to lose weight, da-da-da. And then in college, I gained my weight. And, like, in college is when I found an appreciation for my body, because I was like, I have to love my body in every stage it's in, because, like, I don't know where I'll be in 2 years. Like,
right.
you know what I mean? So, like, even now, like, I'm still trying to, like, do it, because, like you said, like, your mind and your body need to sync up, too. Like, even now, like, I lost the weight, but I still wear baggy clothes, and I forget how thin I am now. Like, you know what I mean?
It's almost like a muscle, like a... It's like,
yes.
I call it muscle memory, but it's not muscle memory, it's like fat memory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, when you lose the weight, it's kind of like you sit down and you feel it in your stomach, but it's not there, it's just in your head.
Yeah.
It kind of never it just lingers.
So I'm walking around the house with, like, sweatpants.
They're, like,
and,
falling to your
yeah,
ankles.
and, like, my dad's like, oh, Krystal, you're so thin. And I'm like, what? And then I look down and I'm like, oh, like, I'm wearing, like, baggy pants. Like, I'm not paying attention to my body, but, like, my parents are like, oh, you look good. And it's like, I don't know, it's nice. But you definitely need to appreciate your body in whatever stage it's in, because, like, I think that's important. I think, like, when you have a healthy mental and then you're, like, having a healthy body, it's, like, really powerful. Because, like you said, like, you can have, like, the best body in the world, but if your mental isn't there, if you're just like, oh, I hate myself still, oh, like, things aren't good enough, I need to work on this area more, like, you're never going to be happy.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be seeking validation in something that doesn't exist.
Mic drop!
100%, 100%, yeah.
I just thought of something, too, that I think is important. When people post their stories online and their before and afters and everything, I know from experience, and probably other people can relate to this, you don't see their journey. Like, you don't see when they're up at, 3 a.m., like, crying on their knees because they can't finish a workout. You know what I mean? Like, everything's so glamorized.
Right.
And, that's just, it's a lot harder than it seems.
Right.
And I think that's where people get discouraged, because you look at other people and they're like, oh, they did it and they made it look like a piece of cake, and it's not a piece of cake.
No, it is not. I actually remember during Insanity crying.
Because Insanity will do
no,
that to you,
Right. I mean, test it if you want. Yeah. Test it if you want, but like I remember being in the basement, because that's where I would do it, and I would cry because I wanted to finish like a push-up, but I couldn't, and it would just fall on the floor and just cry.
I remember the 11-minute warm-up. Excuse me. Warm
Warm up, not workout.
I remember not being able to get through it, and my chest just contracting on itself, and just falling to my knees, crying. And
but it's something about that.
Get that breaking point. Yes.
It's just like my coach, like, and then you getting up and finishing where you started.
Exactly.
That, So it's hard, it's tough, but it's not impossible. I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did, give it a thumbs up and comment below some thoughts you had on the topic. Let me know in the comments below. We can continue the discussion over there. Thank you, Kiana and Krystal, for being in it and dissecting this conversation a little bit more here with me. All their information is going to be in the description link below, so you can check them out and their socials down there. And share with someone you think would enjoy the episode as well. But if not, I will see you in the next one.